All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do our Bitcoin daily update as well as talk about the Bitcoin miners. So we cover this a lot on the channel, so if that's content that you're interested in, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if you enjoy this video, please do us a favor and smash the like button and feel free to drop a comment below. Let's get into Bitcoin because it's having a very big day. This is the biggest day Bitcoin's had in months. Now, I'm about an hour and a half before the close of the equity markets. So I'm hoping that we hold on to these gains. So let's take a look at the big board and then we'll go take a look at the Bitcoin chart and we'll look at a few miners in specific. Okay, so if you look at the big board, this is very green. Things are up double-digit numbers. Bitfarms 12%, Cleanspark 10%, HUT 12%. Digital is up almost 19%. That's one of the best performers of the day. And the best performer of the day is Any. They are up 28.5%. We are going to look at their chart and dig into them a little bit as well. So the only red on the board is MIGI. And we had mentioned at the beginning of the week that these guys had a 58% run up, a little bit ahead of everybody else. So they're not participating in this rally. I feel like they just got it in advance for whatever reason. Okay, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. This is the Bitcoin chart on the 30-minute time frame. So each one of these candles is 30 minutes. You'll see we have not had a day look like this in a long time. This green candle right here is the candle, the 30-minute candle right before the opening bell. This might be a little easier to see on the 1 hour chart, so I just zoomed out a little bit. The market closed last night way down here. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. From the market close yesterday, Bitcoin is up 11.6%. So that is the biggest move by far that Bitcoin has had really since it reached its all-time high back on November 10th. So the first thing is I'm hoping that we can hold on to these gains. So I'll get a little more specific about where we've gone today, but there's an hour and a half and I always worry on a Friday afternoon, you get that end of the day, end of the week pullback. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen because we got a line that if we can hold, it would be very significant. Although we crossed many lines today. So you can see I have a couple of notes here. A couple of days ago, Facebook had some disaster results after the bell, and you'll see that Bitcoin went way down on that. So we kind of bottomed out on that. The very next day after the bell, which was last night, Amazon had positive earnings and they're up 12 or 13 or 14% today. In addition to that, Snapchat had really good earnings. And at one point today, they were up over 50%. I'm not sure where they are right now. So the Amazon Snap news has caused the NASDAQ to have a good day, and we have been trading in tandem with the NASDAQ to some extent with big tech lately. Today, Bitcoin has outpaced everything by a mile. So my red lines are longer term lines. So you can see we went and tested this red line right before the market opened. These two are very short term lines, so I'm not even going to talk about them. We've gone past this green line, which was 39,000. So that has been a target. We've been getting stuck and bouncing off of 39,000 and heading back down several times. When we zoom out, you'll see that. So we just went right through that in one candle and raced right up to this red line at 39,600. This is a longer term line of resistance / support. So we went straight through this line in one red candle. So we're all the way up to this blue line, which is at around 40,550. Right now, Bitcoin is at 40,592. So it's actually above this line at the moment. Now, with an hour and a half left in the day, I'm not sure if that's going to hold. So this is the battle that I hope we're fighting. What is quite possible is we pull back and retest this longer term line of support. So if we do, hopefully this holds. And at that point, you know, we're in the $40,000 range, and we have not been in that neighborhood for a little while. So this is really an extremely good day. Hopefully everybody is feeling good about it. Hopefully it stayed this way through until the close. So just to give a little bit of perspective, I've zoomed out to show you where this line came from. We tested this line back at the beginning of January. We hit this line of support 3 times. Until, of course, January 20th, where we turned around and started heading straight down for several days. So this red downward trend was massive, but it was not one day. I think it was 2 or 3 trading days. So this is the first time we've seen this kind of green in a long time. I'm going to switch way out to the big picture for a minute. So in our previous videos, we talked about the fact that we had about a nice 10-day run here. This green line right here, it was about a 10-day trend line that Bitcoin was heading up. And you can see this was not a massive move up, but this was a slow and steady, consistent uptick in Bitcoin over the course of about a week and a half. Facebook put an end to all that, and we had this down candle. So it looked like this trend line was broken. We were down below it, and we stayed down below it. However, if I extend that out, you'll see that today brings us back above this trend line, actually way above the trend line. So we can still say that we are in an uptrend here for coming up on 2 weeks now with Bitcoin. And this trend has taken us from a low of $33,000. We're now over $40,000. So we're up about $7,500 in the last week and a half here on Bitcoin from its absolute low, which was January 24th, until today, which is February 4th. So it's been a long, long time since we could talk about a positive trend of this nature in Bitcoin. So you can see over a larger time frame, this line in particular, this line is at 39,500. So if we trace this back, this line held up on January 10th. We didn't even quite get to it on December 4th. And then this traces all the way back to, we touched this on September 21st. So this was our September low. We have crossed this line today, and we crossed it by a lot. So I'm hopeful that we hold this line. You got to go all the way back to August 5th before we broke below that line. So this is a 5 or 6 month trend line here that has held. So I'm going to zoom back in just for a second. Okay, so when I zoom back in, you'll see this is the line that I'm talking about right here. So at the moment, we're well past this line. We've even passed this line of support. So I'm expecting there to be some more battle potentially here. And like I said, I think there's the potential to go retest this line. This would be a very, very important retest. If we retested this line successfully, I think that would be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. However, as you guys know, this has been a bumpy ride. So I don't want to make any calls yet. I'm enjoying this super positive day and this upward trend for, the last week and a half or 2 weeks. So let's hope it keeps going. I'm just going to point out, even in the few minutes that I've been talking, pretty much everything on the board is up. Any is now up 35%. So we will get to that. BitDigital is now up 20%. So big movements today. But again, from close to open, from yesterday's close to today's open, Bitcoin's up almost 12%. Okay, so the first one I want to look at is BitDigital. BitDigital is up almost 20% on the day, and it's trading at about $4.20. But what I want to compare is, this is that September low. This low in September, Bitcoin as of today is now back above where it was at this moment in time. So Bitcoin has returned all the way back to that point. However, you'll see BitDigital still needs to go up 57% just to get back to its low in September. So to me, this is having a big day. It got kickstarted. It's up 19 or 20% today, and this could send it back on the right trajectory. This is a modest goal of $6.55, which was its September low. So to me, this one potentially has a lot more quick upside if Bitcoin keeps pushing upward. So, it's a Friday afternoon. We've got the weekend. There's no telling what will happen, but it looks like this one is starting to run. So again, of course, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, and you guys got to make your own buying decisions. I am not in BitDigital right now, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get into it before the end of the day or not. So that's what I'm doing with it. You guys can figure out what you want to do. Okay, the other one that I want to talk about is Any. Any is now up 40%. So this is skyrocketing as we speak. So I'm gonna look at this spot right here. This is January 12th. Almost all the Bitcoin miners have not gotten anywhere near back to where they were on January 12th. You will see that today, Any has gotten there and beyond. So they're having a huge run today. Having said that, still massively off of their September lows. So they would have to go up 72% more just to get back to their September low. Now you can see they cascaded downward drastically, much more so than even the other Bitcoin miners. And they are up today on some news that I did a video on if you want to watch. That is about any and a machine that they bought that, if it is what they say it is an absolute game changer. So this is one where I'm real conflicted. If this thing is what it claims to be, then any may end up running up an awful lot more than this. But if you watch that video, you'll see that I have some questions about that, and it's a little bit out into the future anyway. They're going to get their test models of these in June, so nothing's going to happen for the next few months. But basically in their press release, they said they're going to 32 exahash within a year. So, that is a monumental game changer. They're at 1 exahash right now. They were talking about getting to 6 exahash, and then bang, now they're talking about getting to 32 exahash. So I'm taking that a little bit with a grain of salt. I think we need to let some time pass and see where this settles. So this one, a lot of people are taking both sides of this trade right now. There's an awful lot of room to the upside left if that press release is even partially accurate. Having said that, up 40% in one day, if you hold this, you might at least want to buy some protection or puts. Not financial advice, but that's what I would do if I was holding this stock. I'm not holding this stock either. And I am not going to buy it. I'm not going to short it. I'm just going to sit on the sidelines on this one and let's see where it goes. So we're still about an hour and 15 minutes before the close. Bitcoin is hanging out at around 40,500. So I hope that it's there at the close, and I guess we'll have to wait and see. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.